I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter.
This is the Family Show!
Howdy folks, welcome to my top 100 games of all time. I'm Hunter, and this is the engineer to this crazy train, Rebecca. Woo-hoo. Today, we're looking at my 20 to 11. What? We are getting close to the end, and you know what? These games are off the charts.
Here's the chart. There's the games.
Alright, this is a little sneak peek. You always get a sneak peek. 5 games went down, so half of them went down. 2 that went up. 1 that stayed exactly the same.
Crazy!
What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that?
You know what's even crazier? And this could spoil the list if you go out and look at last year's list real quick.
Like this.
This one has been the same number 3 years in a row.
How is that even possible?
I don't know.
Now that I want to know the odds too.
2 new games and 1 game I do not own.
Gasp.
All right, let's start her off. Let's do this. Let's start off with a bang. Don't say
The
it.
dice game?
No. Start off with a bang with
It never gets old.
Blood Rage.
Wow. I knew this was coming sooner or later.
Blood Rage. Who doesn't like some Blood Rage? So back in the way back time of number 28, I said it was not my favorite area control game.
This one is.
Yeah, I guess some of these other games are area control, but this is more
Ooh.
pure kind of area control. Blood Rage! So this is a way overproduced card drafting area control game by Simon and one Eric M. Lang.
It's so pretty.
This one has been creeping down my list very, very slowly. And why, you may ask?
Why? I ask.
Punitation.
What?
Punitation. So this one,
We're gonna.
this one doesn't hit the table very often. And another thing that I'm starting to realize about this game. Let me back it up. So this game, it's like I said, it's an area control card drafting game based with a Viking mythology theme wrapped around it. So you're basically putting these big clunky miniatures on the board, and you're fighting it out to control different areas. You have quests, hidden quests that you're going on. You're trying to achieve certain areas, like control an area at the end of the round, or have some people die, or different things. But the main thing that's going on in the game is the card drafting. So each round you're drafting cards, trying to build up a deck, and then you basically have a certain number of rage points, which are kind of your action points to play all those cards and put people on the board, attack each other, and all that good stuff. But what I was getting at is we mostly play this 2-player, and it's a great 2-player game, but you don't get to use some of the miniatures when you play 2-player, and a lot of the cards are not used when you play 2-player. So we've only played this, I've played it 5-player once, 4-player once, 3-player once, and every other play has been 2-player.
Yeah.
So I really haven't got a lot of experience with the entire breadth of this game, and I think that's one of the reasons it's going down. And there is so many good games that give me similar feel to Blood Rage that this one just doesn't get played much. But it is an amazing, amazing, amazing game.
Obviously, because it's what number again?
Number 20! And this one was 10 last time for the time before that.
What?
We can't do Blood Rage without showing off the clunky miniatures.
It's true.
So let's see what we
Because
got.
they're glorious.
Let's see what we got here.
Quite glorious.
So let's pull these out here. And they're unpainted, of course, because if you know me, I don't paint. Oh, it's falling apart.
Oh gosh. Just pull them out individually.
So let's look at the miniatures. You got a big giant.
Look at the size of this
Big
beast.
giant.
Ah.
You got a big giant.
That's one of my favorites. I like this
sea
guy.
monster.
Look at him. Isn't he awesome? Look at that hairdo. Glorious.
Got another giant.
Okay, he's another one of my faves.
Rah.
I throw a rock at your head. He's pretty cool.
What else we got?
I don't know. What'd you throw on the
Got
floor?
a troll.
You like that guy. You seem to use him a lot.
We'll leave these guys out. We'll leave them out since certain things happen that won't be mentioned.
Put him back so you can look at him at least.
Insert died.
Wood glue, it is your friend.
I guess I have a job tomorrow. I guess let's see if this
Everyone
one,
needs a hobby.
let's see if this one survives. Let's see if this one survives. Oh, look at that. That one actually came out.
How perfect.
Yeah, so there you go. Some more clunky miniatures. Anyway, awesome game. But like I said, it boils down to card drafting area control with way overproduced miniatures. All right, put this away somewhere over there. I'll deal with that tomorrow. All right, take all this stuff with it too.
Okay.
All right, that's number 20, Blood Rage. Number 19 is the game I do not own. I'll give you guys a moment at home to guess which one it is. I will say this. I will spoil a bit of my list and say this is the last one on my list that I do not own. There was a total of 6 games on my list that I did not own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5.
Math.
5 that I didn't own. Maybe
Math.
6. I don't know.
Math's your friend.
I wrote down 6, but I marked 5, so somewhere in there.
That's a math.
But this is the highest one up on the list I do not own. Any guesses on what it might be? Yeah, a few more seconds.
I am pulling a blank, but I want to say...
This is actually a combo, because I played 2 games that I'm comboing together. This is the 18XX game.
Of course. Wow, this high!
This high!
Holy cow! I haven't even played these yet.
So I played 1846. I played a full game of 1846. And I also played a abbreviated version of 1889. This is, if you don't know, 18XX is a massive train...
Oh my goodness.
Economics, stock market-y goodness game of greatness. I played this at, was it BGG Spring, I guess it was? And played it, and it lasted forever, and it was awesome. I loved it, loved it, loved it. This is the type of game, if I had the time and,
You'd play it nonstop?
and the people, I would play this one like all the time. This one for a lot of people is a lifestyle game. This is this series of games is basically they play this exclusively, and they play it over and over and over. Many different variations. I don't even know how many different variations. Lots of different variations of this game. And they're all set in different time periods. They all focus in on different aspects, but most of them seem to revolve around you own train companies. You buy different levels of locomotives. You have a stock in all those companies, and the stock price swings up and down, left and right over 3D, 4D markets, and you build out the tracks, and as you build the tracks and the routes, the value of your company goes up, and you make more and more money, and it is awesome. Awesome. So, I don't own one of these games, and honestly, I don't know if I will ever own one of these games. Take your toy away from you. All right. But
crazy.
The 1846 game that I played, the full game, was awesome. From what I understand, it's maybe one of the lighter ones, one of the easier ones. I like the ones that have a more complex stock market, because that's the kind of the part I like. I like the whole game, obviously, but that's the kind of what I want to focus in on. The 1889 game I played on the the BGG Cruise. And the person who showed me how to play it was one of those lifestyle 18XXers.
Okay. I remember you talking about that.
I've discovered I do not want to play this game with a lifestyle 18XXer.
Did you get whooped?
It was beyond whooping. It was taken out behind the shed and beat up a little bit. Because they have it down to a science. And I don't know if I ever want to be to the point in games where I have it down to the science, because
I don't know.
He was literally like, you need $826 to do that. You need $417 to do that. Oh, you're not going to have enough to do that. If you do this, you're not going to be able to afford that, because you need $472 to do this.
That's awesome.
And I'm like,
That's amazing.
What? So we played about a half a game. I realized I was going to be annihilated, and we said, that's good. And we had stuff to do. We had a show or dinner to get to, so it did.
That's cool.
He just wanted to do a few rounds of it.
Yeah, that's
to
cool.
show me the differences between them. But no, this game is awesome. I'm looking forward to playing it again. I don't know if this would be your cup of tea.
Interesting.
I don't know if it would be your cup of tea.
Because I love spreadsheets. No, I don't.
But it is an awesome game. It is super fun. I'm looking forward to another opportunity to play this. So that is my number 19. We'll just call it 18XX, but if you got to pin me down, it's 1846, The Race for the Midwest.
Crazy train.
Number 18. My 24 last time. It's time for some Feld. Which one is it?
Feldy goodness. What's left?
It is Trajan. Trajan. My number 18. Trajan. Spoiler, not my favorite Feld, but pretty close. Trajan. This is a number of people's, maybe a lot of the hardcore Feldians.
Is that what we're calling them now?
Yes.
Feldians.
Feldians. Favorite Feld game. This one, a lot of people consider this his, what's it called?
Pièce de résistance?
No, it's masterpiece.
Magnum opus?
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. I knew you'd come through with that Latin or Greek or whatever that is.
Oh my gosh, it's Latin. Killing me.
So this Trajan is awesome. If you like Feld games, you haven't tried this one yet, try it. I know it's out of print, but it's coming back into print. Pardon me. It's coming back into print either this year or the first part of next year.
Excellent.
It's coming back into print. I guess that would be the 5-year.
10 year?
Is this 5? No, it's not 10 years.
It's so awesome. They
2012. So anyway,
boom.
it's back in print. So from what I hear, it's exactly the same game. No
Good.
changes except for the cover.
Ooh.
The cover
Is the cover better or worse?
I think it's worse, but some people think it's better. I think it's white and it has like Roman or Greek Roman.
It probably should be Roman.
Greek letters behind it.
Now you're just trolling me.
So Trajan, a lot of people that talk about this game who are not Feldians say it is a 6 mini games, and it kind of is. There's like sections of the board that you're trying to build up on. So it's got the point salad stuff. So you can go up here and conquer lands up here on the thing. You can come over here and you do the guilds in the city and do kind of area control kind of things going on here. You have tiles here you can recruit to give you superpowers and things like that. You got a track down here, which is in the Senate. You get votes in the Senate, and you get points for that. You have these little contract type things. I call them contracts, but you're basically trying to get your cubes all in a certain area at the same time to get this. And then there's shipping stuff that you can do here. So there's all sorts of craziness you can do. You can't do it all, so you kind of got to decide what you can and can't do most efficiently. But the cool thing about it is the rondel. Let me pull the board out. It'd be easier to show you a player board.
Yes.
The cool thing about it is the rondel. So you're going to have, I call them cubes, but they're really hexagon cylinder-like things. Hexagonal cylinder type things. And you basically, you kind of pick them up Mancala style. You pick them up and then you drop them off and move around the board. And wherever you end up is the action you get to take. So there's 6 different actions that kind of fit those 6 different areas of the board. You get to take an action in that area. But also, like I said, the colors of the things that end up in the little bowl that you drop, if there's the contract next to it has those things, the contract fires off and you get some stuff for that as well. You get like a little bonus thing for doing that. Just an awesome, awesome point salad-y goodness. One of my favorite Felds. My favorite point salad Feld. Spoiler! My favorite point salad-y type Feld game. Love it, love it, love it. She loves it even more because Roman. Opus.
Oh
Maximus. What is it again?
Magnum opus.
Yeah.
Read a book!
Those books are dusty and old.
That's why they're so awesome.
Well, there you have it. An awesome Feld. Look for the reprint. If you don't have this one and you're a Feld fan, it's coming back. It's back. The boys are back.
Oh my gosh. How'd that go?
I don't know what that was.
Don't quit your day job.
I don't know what that was. All right. Here we go. Midweight Euro, 90-minute sweet spot. Best name in a board game. Worst cover in a board game. You know what it is. It's Lorenzo il Magnifico!
Would you like a carpet?
Lorenzo, this one is, I keep harping on it. It's my thing, man. That 90-minute midweight Euro sweet spot. I like my heavy games occasionally. I like light games occasionally. I like party games occasionally. But if I have to choose, it's going to be that midweight Euro 90-minute game of glory. And this one, so smooth, so awesome. It's got set collection, engine building, you got worker placement, you got dice, you got... Oh, let me tell you. Awesome.
So tell us.
Awesome. I just did it. It's awesome. This game is so awesome.
So why do you like, besides like the generic details, like what specifically about this game makes it sing so much?
I like the engine building in it, and it's so smooth because you have there's 4 different towers in the game that you're drafting cards from. There's 4 different colors. One of them is your resources. One of them is buildings that give you kind of they convert things and give you special powers. There's characters that you draft that give you special abilities, and then there's the in-game scoring cards. And you have to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to build up a really cool resource engine to give me lots of resources to do stuff for? Or am I going to build lots of buildings that give me lots of conversion and special powers? When do I switch gears and get those in-game scoring cards? Oh, sings. Another thing I like about it, it has dice, and it's not punitive dice because you roll the dice, and everyone uses those same dice to take their actions. So, just this one came on the first time I played it. I fell in love with it. It's just awesome. I love this game. Love it.
This
love it,
guy
love
looks
it.
like he's saying meh. Why is he saying meh?
That's Lorenzo, man. Don't mess with Lorenzo.
Lorenzo's got an attitude problem.
He's Il Magnifico.
You'd think he'd be happy about being Il Magnifico, man. This guy does not look thrilled about being Il Magnifico.
So Lorenzo, it's my 19 last time, 17 this time because we got a expansion that tricks up the game, makes it even more interesting, gives you more choices of things to do. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Has leader cards that you can play. If you play with leaders, they give you superpowers right off the bat. All cool. Well, not right off the bat. As soon as you play them, you get powers. They give you that unique powers only you have. Oh, great game. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it.
It's pretty. Are we going to show off some stuff? Ooh.
I don't know if there's anything to show off. Well, look.
The lovely, tapestry carpet look. That's a thing.
So it's got big, giant... I'll show off the dice and call it good. It's got big, giant... Dang, that was loud. It's got big, giant, clunky dice that you roll.
Yes.
So it's just a really, really great game.
It is.
I
like how you just pulled all this out just for the dice.
No, I thought I was going to show off the box, but... I mean, the board, but it's so buried I don't want to dig to it.
But it's neat.
I'll show a picture of part of the board.
Oh, there you go. Somewhere magical like in between us?
Yes. Oh, no, usually it's the whole screen.
Whole screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway,
probably didn't even see me do that.
If you like midweight Euros, you like games with lots of great decisions, with enough tension, even with a 2-player game, there's tension in the way it works. This is one that you must try out.
It is.
Lorenzo Il Magnifico!
Magnifico.
Here it comes. You know it had to happen sooner or later. Maybe you didn't think it was going to be number 16, but we have arrived at my favorite Feld.
What? This low?
And you know what?
No.
I hear a lot of hate from Feldians of the last couple of Felds that come out. Not the most recent ones that just come out in 2018, or about to come out in 2018. A lot of people have been hating on these. I kind of agree with Berlin. Kind of. But I do not agree with the hate for the Oracle of Delphi.
Oh my gosh, no, this one's great.
Oh, I loved Oracle of Delphi. Oh, this game's so good. It's not a point salad game. It's not you don't have to add up your score, this massive score, 3 points for that, 4 points for that. It's a race. It is. Right off the bat, boom, you hit the ground running. You got 12 tasks. 12? 12 tasks? 12. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12 tasks.
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh.
The 12, isn't it the 12, isn't that something? Mythology? 12 trials or something?
The 12 Olympian gods?
Whatever.
Perhaps.
So you got 12 tasks that you have to do. It has a modular board, a little modular map board here, and you got a little boat, and your little boat's going all over the board, collecting things, moving cubes around, searching, fighting monsters, all sorts of goodness. In a race to finish those 12 tasks and get back to Zeus first, and you win. Nothing to add up, the game's over. So, this game's awesome for multiple reasons. It has dice rolling. You roll dice. Those dice decide which actions. The dice have multiple colors on sides, and whatever color you roll is the action you're going to take. When you roll the dice, people all around the table can get a secondary thing off of your dice. Basically, if they roll a color, they can move one of their gods' tracks up one level. Once you get to the top of the level of each god track, it gives you an amazing, crazy superpower that you can use on your turn. At the end of the round, every round you're fighting Titans, so you have to build up your protection against that. Oh, so good.
That sounds like a good mascot. The Fighting Titans.
The Fighting Titans.
I like that. The Fighting Titans.
But a lot of people hate on this game. But
see, I don't understand
I love this game. This game
I guess
is
because
so
it's not
good.
point salad-y, maybe.
Yeah, it's a race. It's Ghost
It's a race.
It spits in the face of all those point salad fields.
But yes, but no, because the race is, I mean, if you want to look at it in a different way, and it's just in
First
lieu
one to
of
12
points. Yeah, I mean, you're just going and getting your points in a different way.
I just love this game. I don't know why.
It's
I don't know
fun.
why it gets so much hate. I love it. Every game is exciting. It seems like the last round, everyone's scrambling to finish up. Everyone seems to be almost done at the end. Scrambling. You get cards that give you superpowers. It makes some dice whatever you roll.
Yeah.
It gives you different abilities and stuff. It gives you protection, like I said, against the Titans. It just it's so much cool things going on in this game.
I'm saying that's kind of creepy though. It's like, look out behind you! Ah!
Those are supposed to be the different colors and what they're.
That is not a color. That's a dude. That's a creepy thing.
They're all dudes.
It's a creepy thing.
That's a boat.
Sitting right behind her. Yeah. Creepy!
I'm sure the colors represent something. Hey, why are you taking away? I'm done.
Smack!
My number 16, my favorite Feld game. Oracle Delphi. It was 11 last time. Holding pretty strong because I love it. Trajan, though, is creeping up. They're getting close to each other. I think they're fair. In the grand scheme of things, they're right there together. But I have to make a list, and I did. Here we go. Let me take a perusing. I don't know if I can say that, but this is a new game to the list. We played this for the first time.
A new game this high.
On the BGG cruise. My favorite Vital Lacerda game.
Wow, it made it this high!
Is
Wow!
Venos!
Wow!
Love me some Venos!
This game is awesome, but wow! This beat out the Felds.
This game is so good. I love this game so much.
Wow!
We played it. We played this game on the cruise. I immediately went online and bought it.
He's like, "Do we have internet?"
We didn't even have the game packed up, and I purchased it. It's just so. All of his games are this way, in my opinion, that I've played. They're so heavy, so many choices, so deep, but yet so easy to learn to play.
Yeah,
it's a heavy. I will admit, it's a heavy game.
It is heavy,
but for us anyway, learning to play the game isn't much harder than all those midweight Euro games I'm always harping on. But there's so many more choices, so many decisions, so much planning that's
Well, that's
involved.
the thing. I was going to say, it's not that it's difficult to play, but it's difficult to follow through the chain of what results from your actions.
Right.
Because what happens can just go in so many different directions.
Right.
Or have repercussions that last for such a long time versus some of the other games that you're playing. And it's really deep. But again, it's another one of those where the turn is like, all you do is like one or two things, Yeah, that's what's baffling about it. It's amazing.
Yeah, all you do on your turn is you have a little guy here. I don't know what he is. Some pawn dude. I don't know. Some worker. Some Vino guy. Anyway.
What does that even mean?
You basically have this grid, this 3x3 grid. I don't know if you can see it, but basically you just move your dude to a spot, and that's the action you take. And you take that action, and then that's your turn.
Yeah.
And then you move again, and you take the other action.
It's crazy.
So there's basically 9 different actions that you can take, but then those 9 actions lead to all this goodness. So basically the concept is you are producing wine. You have some choices to produce that wine. You can sell it. You can eventually kind of take it to the wine tasting show fair thing, and that's where you get your victory points. So basically each round you're going to pick one wine, and that's the one you're going to show off for that round to get your big victory points. But you're building vineyards, you're getting different kinds of workers that give you bonuses. There's events that affect the weather effects. Each round the weather is going to affect how good the wine is for that season. You can draft different people that give you different benefits. You can use those people for multiple uses. You can use them for immediate benefits, or you can use them benefits as you go along, or benefits during the testing. Also, this game is awesome. Awesome. Love
I would
this
say
game.
if you like viticulture and you want to play a heavy viticulture, it's like viticulture double down. It's double the weight.
Yeah.
And it's got that same, like, I don't know what it is. You would think winemaking would be the most boring theme for a board game, but we have two of our favorite, like, up there favorite kind of games that have that exact theme, that they do really cool things with it. And this, I mean, it's solid.
I think it lends itself to worker placement. It lends itself to you start small and you can build up. Basically, you really could insert a lot of different industries.
Could, but it just
worked
out.
But it's relatable, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, this game is awesome. If you're looking for a leap into a heavier game and you love viticulture, this is maybe the next step. But it's the strategic craft of fine wine making. The deluxe version is still on sale. You can. I bought it from the Eagle Griffin website. They still sell the deluxe game. Well, at least they did a few months ago. It gives you the original game that came out in like 2012, maybe 12. I'm guessing 12.
Okay.
2010.
Wow. Okay.
The original game came out in 2010, so you get the original base game. But then you get the new revised edition as well in the box with the deluxe version, the 2016 version of the game.
And didn't we decide we liked the 2010 version?
We do like
best,
the 2010.
Right? We played them both.
No, we played 16. We went back and played 10. We like 16 better.
Oh, is that what it is?
10 is a lot more. It has a lot more to do with the economics. It's the banking and things like this.
Oh, okay.
The 2016 really focuses in on the winemaking and the shipping and the and stuff like that.
Okay.
So if you
but you can try them both. That's
you can try them both, and if you like a more economic type game that has more to do with money and things like that, the 2010 you get both versions. So the board here, I'll open it up real quick. Scared to look at the state of what it looks like.
Why not? It'd be exciting.
Oh, look at that.
It's so heavy. Oh, that's right. It's got covers to everything.
So if you look,
the insert's great for this.
Show it off real quickly.
This is an efficient board again. Busy but efficient.
Is that right side up?
Yes.
So you got one version on this side, and this one has. If you look down at the bottom right corner, it says Banco de Vino. So it's got an actual banking type thing. But then on the other side, you have the other version of the game, which is the one we like.
Come over this way a little. There you go.
The bank is gone, and it's got just takes the bank out and just makes it a little more streamlined.
Yep.
Less fiddly.
Yeah.
Love this game.
The insert is awesome. It has plastic covers, so I can do this and not have a total heart attack.
Yeah, this is the deluxe version, so I don't know what the regular version of the game looks like, but
hey,
again, they do have it on sale on their Eagle Griffin website. It is pricey, I'll admit that.
It's a monster game,
but it's a beautiful game. It's awesome, a lot of fun.
I would dare say that it's
one
worth
of
the
my
deluxe edition.
favorite heavy games. I won't say it's my favorite heavy game, but it's one of my favorite heavy games. There you go, Vinos Deluxe Edition, I guess. New to the list, my number 15. My number 14 is one of Rebecca's all-time favorites. All-time, like tippy top favorite games. I don't want to spoil her list, but
it might have changed.
Tippy top.
Might have changed.
And that is Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Orleans. Here it is. I may sound like a broken record, but 90-minute midweight Euro game.
Perfection.
This one, we played this one at Dice Tower Con a couple years ago, and I walked over and immediately bought the game. I literally walked over and purchased the game right after we played it because it is so good. This one is the one. 14 this year. 14 last year. 14 the year before that.
That is crazy.
14.
Okay, he doesn't look at his lists at all when he makes his new top 100s. So the fact that you did that let alone 3 times.
Yeah, and
is
there's new
insane.
games and things are dropping and moving around, and it's 14, 14,
How?
14.
You defy the odds, Orleans.
Yeah, but that tells you how solid this game is.
yeah.
'Cause it just, no matter what
It's
new
14.
games come out, it just holds its place. It's locked in.
Apparently.
It goes to 14, and you rip off the knob. So Orleans, this is a lot of people call it a bag building, but it's really pseudo deck building. It's not quite deck building, but basically you have a bag of
building.
tokens with different worker types on them, different types of workers on it. They're little discs. And you reach in and you pull a certain number out and you put them on your board, and those are the tokens you get to use for the game. And basically different combinations of workers that you put in different areas fire off different actions. And you eventually draft more and more workers, and you're putting them in the bag, and you're pulling them out, and so there's kind of a randomness to it. But every worker you use during a round, if they fire off the action of their location, if they complete the action of the location, they go back in. Except for the ones you send off to die, doing good deeds. They're doing good deeds, but they're definitely going off to die. So that's how you cull your deck, is by sending those guys off, and you send them to areas, and basically you get benefits for doing that. And if you complete certain areas, you get even better benefits. You're traveling on a board, you're collecting resources. There's all kinds of events you have to prepare for. I wouldn't say it's point salady, but it's kind of got a weird multiplier thing where when you get to a certain level on different tracks, there's tons of different tracks in the game, you get like a little dude, and that little dude is a multiplier, and then you take that multiplier times your points, and you get your score for the end of the game.
I was going to say, it's really hard to see it, but over here, they show you like half of the board. Yeah, we should open the board for this one, because it's cool. Colorful baggies. Now, if you get the deluxe version, it's ridiculously gorgeous. But, oh no, you did it! You went there.
Alright.
The little pieces are pretty colorful, too.
Alright, here's the board. And Rebecca's going to talk about it, because this is her baby. This is one of,
Oh, apparently it's yours, too. If
I would
it's
not
this high up.
be shocked if this is a top 5er or top 3er for you, potentially.
I don't know this year. It's going to be tough. But yeah, so you've got this half of the board as your tracks, and as you use these and stuff, you move along the track, and you notice at the top there's certain benefits you get each time you move along the track, and at the end,
And you get a
usually,
worker each time you go.
Yeah, you get a worker each time, and you're doing, so you go there, you move on the track, you get some of the workers, and you get to do more things. And that lends itself to moving along the victory points board, and of course enabling you to travel along the map more depending on what you're doing with it and which people you're using. It's really cool. I like how everything's interrelated. It's very streamlined. Once you play it, you can jump back into playing this again without spending a whole bunch of time redoing the rules and going, okay, this doesn't make any sense. It's really intuitive. It's colorful.
You can
Well thought out.
You can get buildings. I think they're called buildings that
We call them buildings.
that you can put your more worker. It gives you more places to put
it's
your
usually
workers.
buildings like tailor shop. It's different like jobs and things like that. And they have specialized abilities, bonuses, benefits, things like that to kind of help you build your engine and keep going. So
Here's
yeah.
the little bags you pull the discs out of.
Aren't they pretty? They're so pretty.
They got that.
But you can
They got that felty feel that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, if you have a texture issue, you may want to get your own bags, which that's kind of fun with games like that anyway, is getting those specialized bags that you love or something.
So here,
Easy to trick
I've
up.
almost learned my lesson now with the TMG Deluxe editions.
Get them?
Get them. Because
They're beautiful.
they're beautiful.
Beautiful.
They're really good, and they're really honest in the grand scheme of things. I guess they are. If you get them when they originally come out, usually on like Kickstarter or wherever they have them, they're not that expensive. But if you get them in secondhand markets, the price goes through the roof.
It makes sense though because they're truly amazing. I mean, this one, the deluxe edition had what, metal coins, and it had, instead of all these cardboard chits, it actually had pieces for things that were like specialized shapes.
I think they were wooden discs.
Were they wooden?
I think they were wooden.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
All the resources were wooden resources.
Yeah, that's right, and they were like shaped individually, and like it was, and color coded, of course, and all this good stuff. Really, really pretty game. So yeah,
there you go. That is my number 14. The awesomeness, the mid-weightness, the 90-minuteness of Orleans.
and I'm Rebecca Thomason, and I approve this message.
And here we go, right into another mid-weight Euro that takes about 90 minutes to play. What could it be? She mentioned it when we were talking about Vinos.
What?
It is
This low?
the strategic game of winemaking.
Oh my goodness, Viticulture.
Viticulture.
Viticulture dropped?
Sorry, gotta make room for all these other games.
This was like in his top 3, peeps. I'm kind of
Viticulture
reeling.
was my 7 last year, 3 the before that, and number 1 the year before that. Why is it slowly moving down the list?
Why?
Here's the reasons. Let me tell you.
I need to know. Inquiring minds.
There's better games out there.
I take issue with your statement, sir.
I love Viticulture. This was maybe I wouldn't say maybe it was our first. No, it wasn't our first foray into the midweight Euro, but
no,
we waited and waited to buy this game just because it's winemaking, and how cool can that be? Let me tell you, super cool.
pretty cool.
This game is awesome. This is the Tuscany box. This is the original expansion. We got the second edition Viticulture in Tuscany, so we got like the whole meat and potatoes here. Now it sells as Viticulture Essentials and Tuscany Essentials.
Arg! Why they decided to make this convoluted, I don't know.
But anyway, we got the whole everything in here. This thing is packed, chock full of goodness.
Yeah.
It's got all. I mean, it is filled to the brim. With,
yeah. Do you see that?
With
There's the brim. There's the goods to the brim. Oh my gosh!
This game is so smooth, so much fun.
It's like butter.
It sings. And the original Viticulture game was awesome. We waited forever to get the Tuscany expansion because it was so good. Tuscany makes it amazing. Like, amazing. Almost to the point where I would say, if you go out and buy Viticulture Essentials, you may as well pack Tuscany Essentials right along with it because it is so awesome. It takes it from really great, a really great game to an awesome game. The Tuscany expansion, sure the Tuscany Essentials is the same way as a modular expansion, so you can pick and choose what you want. You can kind of play with different ones and go, oh, I like that one, let's keep that one. Oh, I don't like that one, we'll kick that one out. And you can almost design your perfect game of Viticulture based on all those different modules that are in there. Or you can just play the base game too, as well. Mm-hmm. Just a great worker placement game. It's got lots of great decisions. It's got a lot of turn angst where you're just sitting there going, don't take that, don't take that, don't take that, don't take that spot. Oh, she took that spot!
He usually doesn't say that in his head either.
No.
It's usually out loud.
I like she'll be ready to put a guy down. I'm like, no!
Which of course makes me want to put it there.
The Viticulture Essentials, I assume, has it. You have a grande worker that can go anywhere they want. So if she takes my spot, I still have a backup plan. Unless I already used my backup plan, and then I really get angry.
How can you get angry over winemaking? This is such a like Zen style.
No, it is not Zen. It is like you're like.
I play to win the game.
But this one's awesome. Let's see. Does it actually say 90 minutes?
It says 60 to 120 actually.
Yes.
But I mean, for us,
if we play the full blown Tuscany with everything,
it's an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half.
If we just play straight up without a bunch of the extra floof, though, easily an hour or less.
Yeah.
Because you can just fly through it when you play it a lot. It's so good.
So if you are looking for
perfection,
I don't know if perfection is the word, but
it is.
If you're looking for that next step game, like you're playing a lot of lightweight games, you're like, oh, I really want to try out a game with more meat. The base game of Viticulture is a great way to go, in my opinion. It's almost intuitive in the way things work. You basically harvest the grapes age, you turn them into wine, you take the wine ages, you sell the wine. It's got like a flow to it. And then around that flow is all these different ways to, make your engine a little more efficient in terms of convert grapes better, or you can find better ways to sell wine or sell more wine each turn, all sorts of stuff. It has cards that you can take that you can play to give you bonuses and abilities and make your turns more powerful. Just a really solid game. The modules, there's tons of modules. I want to say there's like 10 or 12 different modules that you can add. At least in Tuscany. I don't know what about the Tuscany Essential.
12, it says.
So, just so many different ways to play the game, but the base game is solid. So, there you go. My 13. It's dropped a little bit just because, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting comfortable with it, and it's just kind of there.
How dare you?
It's not punitive because we play it quite often. So, there it is.
Not often enough, apparently.
My 13, Viticulture.
So pretty.
Let's keep the midweight Euro train rolling.
How can you get any better than that?
Literally, the train is rolling in Great Western Trail. Woo, woo. Oh. Oh.
Or should I say moo?
Oh my gosh.
Moo. Tell us about some crappy cows.
Oh.
That's his favorite term for this game. Crappy cows.
Is this my favorite midweight Euro?
Is this my favorite game with crappy cows? The answer is yes.
It's arguably my favorite midweight Euro game.
Argue.
This one is the 70. It's a 75 to 150. It's in that hour and a half for us anyway. Time frame. It's a deck building game. Like she said, you start out with a hand of crappy cows. You go through all these processes of making your cows better and better, and you take those cows to market. You want to have a set of all different cows in the best type. Because if you have duplicates of the same cow in your hand at the end of the cattle drive, they don't score. So you're building buildings to make your cattle drive more efficient. You are clearing out areas, hazards along the way. You're visiting Indians and getting resources that way. You're doing set collection. You have hidden goals you're trying to accomplish. All sorts of great games. This game is solid. It is fun. There's so many different ways to play. You can collect cowboys. You're basically collecting different kinds of collecting workers. They're not really worker like in worker placement, but you're collecting different kinds of workers, and the more you have of that particular kind, the more efficient you get. So if you have a lot of cowboys, you're trading your cows more efficiently. If you have engineers, when you move your train along the track, you're moving further and further. If you get craftsmen, you're making your buildings cheaper, or you can build bigger buildings.
Yes. Well, yes to all, really.
This game is so good. So good.
It is really cool. And another thing is cool that helps make the game play intuitively is the way they've designed the board, right? So tell us about the board, dear.
You're not in frame.
I'm not in frame. I'm in frame. There we go.
All right, so basically it's a cattle drive. So you start down here in Texas. Sure, Texas. You're driving along all the way to Kansas City, and along the way you're stopping at different buildings, which give you different abilities. It lets you take your cows, and basically you can potentially cull some from your deck. You can trade. You can discard cows to get money. So you're getting the crappy cows out of your hand and drawing better cows. And you're doing that along the way until you get to Kansas City up here at the top, where you drop the cows off and basically you score. And all that time along the way, you're trying to get your deck built the proper way to score the most points at the end. And then there's a train that goes along here on the little track around here, and you're delivering the cows to different areas, and you get points for that based on where you deliver the cows.
And along this side, this is where you recruit your people, your engineers and your workers and your cowboys, and they kind of form a thing here, and they've got different prices along each round as it goes down. Really cool. Really cool.
Just it has the feel of a heavy game, but it's not like super heavy. But there's a lot going on in the game. It's I would say it's mid heavy maybe game. Alexander Pfister is like all the rage. He's got a brand new game out coming at Essen this year that has gotten lots and lots of buzz.
Oh, that's cool.
Just a really solid game. Really fun. Everyone I've taught it to has enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just great expansions coming out for Essen as well. That adds more. It gives you more choices than when you're driving the little train along the track. You can kind of veer off and go into different areas and do other things with it. Just this really solid deck building game. And the deck building is definitely part of the game, but it doesn't seem like. It almost doesn't feel like a deck builder in a lot of ways. It doesn't feel like, I'm really building up my deck, but it is a deck builder.
Oh yeah, because like you said, you're slowly stuffing your deck with better and better cows.
Right, and trying to get rid of the smaller ones that don't score as many points. And
culling the herd.
Culling
the herd.
Oh my gosh, she did not.
Cowboy lingo.
There it is, my number 12. It was my number 6 last time.
Wow.
Great Western Trail.
So why do you think it dropped at all?
Not to spoil the top part of my list, but I'm tending to like attacking games more.
That's terrifying to me.
My top of my list is dominated with a lot of attackiness.
Interesting. Yeah, you don't really do much attacking with cattle. Unless
what?
They go on a rampage.
Oh my gosh. We're already done. We're at number 11. How crazy is that? Number 11 may be not the heaviest game on my list, but the heaviest game for the top part of my list anyway. Love this game. It was the tippy top of my list, but it got punitated down to 11. Punitation. I cannot even remember the last time we played this game.
Oh my.
But I've played the app dozens and dozens and dozens of times, but that does not count on my list. Unlike some people who count app plays on the list, I do not count app plays. I'm looking at strictly the board game, and we haven't played it in forever, but I love it. I love it because
it's been a few months. Yeah,
it is Through the Ages, a new story of civilization. This game is awesome, but it is a bear to play. It is a...
Well, not to play, to learn.
No, it's a bear to learn. It's pretty long.
Well,
for us,
true.
even 2-player, it's looking at 3+ hours to play this game.
Yeah, that's true. It just goes so quickly, I lose track of time.
So Through the Ages, this takes the Civilization video game and kind of boils it down into the technology and resources side of it. It has a little bit of fighting, a little bit of controlling areas, kind of. You collect colony cards. But it's really talking about the tech tree, the resource management, the engine building of the game is where it's at. It's really, looking at the back of it, it's got, you can see,
it's a monster board.
It's got a board. It's got this long conveyor belt of cards that you're drafting. The main thing in the game is the drafting of the cards, but there's so much more going on. You basically start out with a crappy civilization, and you're upgrading your religion, your entertainment, your resources, your armies. You're collecting leaders that give you superpowers. You are attacking other players. You are collecting colony cards that give you benefits. And all in effort to amass the most culture. Each round you can build up how much science you're getting each round. It's just great, solid game. But man, it is hard to teach someone this game.
Yeah, this is heavy.
It is really, really hard to teach someone this game.
On the other hand, too, if you have fond memories of like playing the Civ games on your computer back in the day, or not even that far back in the day, this is like the board game form of it. I love that about it. I mean, it's nice to actually interact in a board game the way that I used to work on those Civ games. I really enjoy that, and this experience is like, it encapsulates that perfectly for me. Like, I just love that.
If you get a bunch of people together that know how to play this game, and
oh my gosh,
it is a really, really good experience. You can play it 2 different ways. You can play the peaceful version, the Care Bear version, where you're not fighting each other. It takes all the war cards and the raid cards out.
It's still really
and
awesome.
It's still fun, still great. You're still fighting over colonies and such. Or you can go full bore and have the tacky wars and fighting and destruction. Because in the peaceful version, military is still valuable in terms of collecting the colonies, but in the full version, military becomes a major factor in the game.
Well, and you can end up like setting people back on their builds and things like that. It actually does attack you physically as your player thing, which you might not enjoy as much if you are one of those people like I am. And you work really hard to finally build something. It takes a long time to build something, and then in one swift movement, people can just destroy it.
It takes like it only takes like one of your buildings away.
But sometimes you spend several turns mapping out how to get to that point.
That's true.
And if you did that and then someone just comes over and is like, oh yeah, I destroy that. That, to me, I'm like, okay, if it's a take that game where you're always doing that one thing, but when it's that laborious to try to get that piece out, you may not want to do the war version.
So you can see...
It depends on your mood.
You can see we played the peaceful version.
Usually, yes.
So it's just a really solid game. Like I said, if you have people that know how to play, it is an awesome game to play. I love it, but it got punitated because when's the last time we played this?
It's been several months.
Several months? Try several years.
No, it hasn't been years, but
it's been at least a year.
I'm going to go look that up on my phone later. We shall see.
It's been a while. It's
to
been
be continued.
But
yeah, it has
Let me rephrase this. How many times have we played this in the last 2 years?
In the last 2 years?
Once,
maybe twice.
I'm saying
in the last
once,
couple of years.
maybe.
Yeah,
but anyway,
it's tough.
I get my Through the Ages fix with the app. I can fly through a full game of Through the Ages with playing against computer players in about 20 minutes. So, But I do love this game. It is awesome. It is
Yeah.
a great experience. It has that epic feel without the, dudes on the map killing each other experience. It feels epic without
Yeah, that part is missing. But yeah.
Great card drafting,
Amazing.
great resource management. It feels like a Civ game. Love, love, love.
Good job, Vlad.
Through the Ages. My last one for this time. It got punitated. It dropped from, it was way up the list last time. Number 3 last time, all the way down to number 11, all the way down to
Wait,
number 11.
last time was 3?
Yes.
Wow! How the mighty have fallen.
Through the Ages. Love it, love it, love it. And that is it, folks. We're done.
Already?
We are to the last 10. The last
So
10.
exciting!
Last 10. This last 10 is crazy.
Crazy train?
And you should know why it's crazy.
Why?
Well, my 3 dropped to 11, so that means 7 games went up the list.
Wow.
2 stayed exactly the same. 1 new game in my top 10. A new game in my top 10.
That's insane.
What could it be? We will have to wait until next time to find
man.
that out. A new game in my top 10. 7 went up. 2 the same. Who knows? We'll see you next time.